But tell me, you were talking about video productions. What sort of video is this one of your video productions, or what else do you do?
Well, we haven't created a video version of this, although if you look onto our YouTube site, which you can get to through our website, you can see some newscasts about the reality parties. You can also see a documentary that some of the young people made. You'll see Matthew in that. Around about the reality parties. And one of the things I just really want to make point to say before we go off the subject of the reality parties is that after those parents take that half-hour tour, we don't just leave them to go home shocked and afraid to let their kids go anywhere. Those parents sit down with us, and usually someone from law enforcement, and we talk with them about how we can change the culture among parents in a way that's going to support change for our kids. So the parents have a chance to talk about what their experiences are and express their concerns and ask questions of law enforcement, and also really start to brainstorm about how we need to be communicating with each other more and what can we do to help reach out to other parents. So right now we're going to be doing one of these reality party house tours in Camarillo in March, and we're really looking for some other communities to sponsor them. So we're looking for people who might be interested in allowing the young people to come and hold one of these at their home. So we'd love to hear from people that are interested in doing that.
If someone wanted to donate their home to this cause, or perhaps they have teenagers who may have gone to one of these things, how could they contact you, and what would be their commitment? Would it be just one night or a week or 4 days, or how much would it be?
Great question. Well, so they from our website, straightupbc.org, they can find our contact information and let us know they're interested in finding out more. But basically, it's a one full day commitment. So we'll get there around 9 in the morning, and the young people start rehearsing. You want to tell them a little bit about how the day goes down?
So typically, it is a couple rehearsals because we sometimes shift roles depending on who's there and what's available, and then there are usually several separate tours that come through. So we usually do it about 4 to 5 times for different groups of parents.
Of course.
So it's usually about a half an hour, would you say?
Each tour is a half an hour. So we've done up to 9 of them in one night. So we usually start 9, 10 in the morning, and then we're usually out of there and finished helping clean up by 9 or 10 that night.
And they won't trash your house like a real party.
We usually have to kind of remind the kids to be a little bit messy, like kind of leave things around, because they're always very respectful of the home. And that's one of the things that law enforcement tell us is the least realistic part, is that usually the house would be more trashed than this. But
you can't do that.
Right. So we've never had any thing go wrong around the house, and usually they tell their neighbors it's going to be going on because they'll see a lot of people and police officers' cars there and stuff that day, so they want them to know. But the families that have done it have always said how rewarding it was for them and how glad they were to do something. We don't publish the address of the house or anything when we let them know, but when people make a reservation for their tour time, then we'll let them know where to go. So
now is this they have to pay a fee for this service to go and attend this performance?
No, fortunately, because of our funding through the Ventura County Behavioral Health Department, Alcohol and Drug Programs, Prevention Services Department, we're able to do these within Ventura County at no cost. So
And this is for parents of teens, or is it?
I think parents of any age. I think parents, middle schoolers, and need to kind of know the lay of the land so they can have the relevant discussion with their kids, as they're getting into that age. So parents of any age can come through, but definitely it's not appropriate for younger people.
Yeah, obviously, you want to get those kids. Now you're branching out into marijuana and other drugs. I've heard there's a big problem today with actual prescription drugs, which are being taken and actually abused by younger people.
Yeah, I'm wondering what Matthew has seen. He's now into high school, and I'm interested in hearing what Matthew sees.
As far as prescription drugs?
And marijuana, either of those.
I think it's prescription drugs I haven't seen around much. I think they're present at parties, but it's not something that people, mention or use casually. Casually is the wrong word. They do it quite casually, but not in just an everyday situation. But marijuana, I think part of maybe our Southern California surfer culture is that is the drug that is taken most lightly among students and kids. It's just sort of, oh yeah, it's pot. It's not, it's not as bad as alcohol.
Medical marijuana is so easy to get. It's almost semi-legal in the state.
Right, and so, medical marijuana is not always really, being used by people who need it for the reason it's meant for. So that's part of the concern. It makes it more easy for young people to get access. I remember when Matthew was in middle school and he started working with us around the alcohol issue, several times he had mentioned to us that he really saw that in the middle school setting that marijuana was a pretty big concern, that it was more of something he thought that middle schoolers were involved in. I think that would be a really big surprise to most parents.
And of course, you could even grow marijuana around here. It grows quite well, I'm told. So it's not that hard to find it.
So that is one of the things we're just working right now on our first video, a PSA about marijuana. So it's always been a part of what got brought up at the reality parties because of the reality that it's going to be there in settings where there's alcohol. The young people say it's usually there's a room available for that. So it's really something now we're really focusing in on, and you'll see some more issues about marijuana up on our website and some PSAs coming out about that from Straight Up.
Now you have a contest for video PSAs, or what exactly do? You mentioned the videos. We were going to get into that in a moment.
Right.
What exactly is this?
Well, really we want videos made from young people. We want to hear what they have to say. So we have a video contest. The deadline is March 9th, and the guidelines for it and a flyer about it are available on our website. And so we're looking for submissions from either individual youth or groups of youth that the theme is to make a difference. So what is it? We don't want to just see bad behavior and say don't do this, but we really want to see suggestions and ideas for how somebody could speak up or do something that would make a difference to changing these norms. So whether it be, among your peers, or what parents can do, or what young people can do, reaching out to parents. It's like what could we as community members do to make a difference to reduce underage binge drinking, marijuana use, and such. So there's a $500 prize.
A $500, that's a pretty good prize.
Right.
That'll pay for a few classes at college.
Yeah, and it was a group from Santa Paula that won last year. And we have equipment available. We're available to help support them, give suggestions, and help them with editing and things like that if they want it. And that does not make them ineligible for the prize. So that's available as well. So more information is on straightupvc.org about the video contest.
How many submissions do you usually get?
Well, this is just our second year. So last year we got 16 entrants, and we weren't sure whether we would get hundreds or none. So we had some really good submissions, and so those are up. Most of those are up on our website through our YouTube channel as well. You can see the ones that won, and all of them, I'm pretty sure, are up there.
So you've got the dramatic house party, and you've got these PSAs. Is there anything else you do to get the word out?
Well, we have besides the social change theater workshop that's available for middle school through college, we also have a game show. Have you played the game show yet, Matthew?
I think I have.
We have individual keypads, and so that each student gets a keypad to be able to answer questions, and we put them in teams, and it's this great game show software that we have. So we're able, in a kind of a Jeopardy style game, to get a whole bunch of really good information about these issues in a really fun, engaging way. So the kids have a great time with it and probably don't realize that they're learning. So that's available. All that's available at no cost to schools or youth groups around Ventura County.
So you